Let's go ahead and give Liberia, they're really tiny. Let's give them like more like half a bill instead of a full bill. This should give them some kind of capability at the very least. If I get them fully in my sphere, eventually my allies might sell them stuff anyway. All I need essentially from them is to not be taken over by him. That's it. That's all. That's all I want from them. They're going to need more money than that to join me. Let's send them another... Make it add up to a bill. Oh, they're NATO aligned. That was quick. Formal alliance? No, not yet. Alright, fine. Let's send them a whole nother bill. Very expensive for a little tiny place like this, but every little nation that we add counts. Alright, cool. Formal alliance with Liberia, done. That will suck them into our sphere, help spread our influence even more. And that's the goal, right? Is just to get as much influence in this world as is possible. I'm going to probably wait till Israel starts attacking to ally with them. I can already ally with them. So, I mean, I could already... Yeah, they're going to be the aggressors, I think. So, shrug. I'll get mutual defense with them for the time being. Because I want to peek into what military units they have. I want to make sure they're ready for their war. Only about a year has passed since we started the game. It's another 5 or 6 years, I think, until this war starts. They have some bare minimum reserves. They're making some M4A1 Shermans from 42. I think they're making them. Otherwise, they have mounted infantry. I could probably give them some stuff that's better. Like, I could give them the LVT-4 Amtracs. It might be better than what they're using. The Pershing's definitely going to be better than what they're using. I'll give them those Greyhounds. Maybe a better howitzer. Actually, no, I don't want to give them anything that requires giving them technology. I'm going to be a little bit picky about that right now. Give them access to the Brooklyn and the Benham class. Let's go ahead and sell them that for bare minimum amounts of money, really. I just want them to have it and start making it themselves. They only have 1 land, 1 naval production. By the way, the person with the highest military bar right now is France. What the fuck? France's finances are doing better than I actually expected them to do, so that's good. Me and Canada have the highest GDP per capita. This is going to really take a lot of money in the short term, but in the long term, this is going to be pretty nice. Guatemala nationalized the foreign industry of the United States. Oh, God. Egypt went Warsaw Pact leaning. Sounds like he's befriending them. Well, that's unfortunate. I'm still going to support it anyway, just to try to keep them liking me. You going for Egypt?
Of course.
Of course.
I gotta help my Muslim brethren.
Alright, we're gonna have to keep an eye on that now.
Israel.
I'm just gonna give Israel like a little cash infusion, 250, just to help them out. Because what happens to the Suez is gonna be important. In about 6 years, I think Egypt's gonna nationalize, like annex the Suez, and then that's when Israel's gonna attack. And strategically speaking, I need to make sure that Israel wins. Because if Israel wins, then I get access to this and he doesn't. If Egypt wins, well, that's not good. What was that? Haiti. Oh, Haiti had a coup d'etat and swapped spheres completely. Well, I guess I don't need to hate on Haiti anymore. I'll take any blue anywhere I can get it, from a coup d'etat or otherwise. I may not get their rubber, but it doesn't matter. I don't need their rubber. Well, now I have a 93% against them. I'm still not going to invade them, though. I would like to just get... Oh. Oh, come on.
Korea declared war on China.
Alright. Well, say goodbye to Korea.
Fuck.
Honestly, China's gonna win that. Oh well, at least North Korea's wiped out, so when China takes us over, they won't have the loyal territory of it. Last time we did agree we'd both stay out of it, right?
Yep.
Alright, well, let's watch Korea inevitably die now. This was a mistake on their part for sure, but what happens, happens.
Unless it ends up like last time.
That was a modernized, highly technologically advanced South Korea. This is nowhere near that.
Yeah, I know.
China starts out with the 3rd largest military in this whole game. Again, at least, I'm going to repeat, at least, technically speaking, if China takes all this over, it's all non-loyal territory and should hurt them in the long run, hopefully. He still hasn't allied China, but he could at any time. And at least Korea will inflict some casualties onto China. That's got to be worth something, I suppose. I guess I'll go ahead and support this, but there goes Korea, sad face. There goes Korea, basically as good as dead because of that decision. Well, the Koreans are going to the border, but there's too many more advanced motorized and mechanized units the Chinese have that they're just rushing forward. I don't need to look at this very long to tell you how this is going to go. All these ancient pre-World War II infantry are not going to hold up. Even if they had all the infantry I gave them, they still would not be able to hold up. So yeah, they're as good as dead. They barely made any of my units before this happened, so... I mean, we got a win, and then we got a loss. Well, I don't really know what to say about that. What's the current way it's looking right now? China killed 28, lost 9. This is definitely going to go China's ways. 100%. Oh, I'm so sad. Korea was so dumb to do this. Oh, by the way, Shibi?
Yeah.
Low world volatility. Low.
I know. I can only imagine if you would have put it for medium.
Oh my god. World War III would already be happening. Speaking of, my still deep in a labor shortage, by the way, so I'm trying not to build any large excess of things. My amount of consumer goods I'm building is basically taking up all my industrial goods, so making some of those factories would be nice. However, I still am short on metal ore. Also, I'm not making enough uranium, and I'm using it, so that was... I guess that's a me mistake. Let's go ahead and kind of make one all by itself. Yeah, let's say up here, roughly. Let's put it on the railroad. I'll build 2 on the railroad. Ah, fuck it. Let's make 4. I don't know how many I'll really need. Oh yeah.
China's definitely pushing.
I've seen this actually happen many times, and I can tell you, South Korea does not stand a chance here. This will be a Chinese peninsula by the end of this, without a doubt. China's already killed like 79 units and lost only 10. Say hello to a bigger China. Oh, their military bar is as big as ours, all of a sudden.
Hello, bigger China. Nice to have you as a friend. Yeah.
You better hope there's none of those historical scripts in the game for any of your border wars.
Oh, right. Fuck.
Yeah, this war is going pretty much just as I expected it to. Not as bad as the actual Korean War would have gone, but shrug. Not much I can do about that. We did have an agreement. The Chinese are just pushing in mostly unimpeded. The South Koreans cannot do shit to stop this. Oh well, I don't know where your focus is right now, but just as a reminder, our deal was to stay out of Korea, stay out of Vietnam. There's about to not be a Korea. So if you want Vietnam to win, one of the 2 countries necessary for our agreement is about to die.
What you're saying is I should, what, bomb rush Saigon?
I'm just saying, our agreement was stay out of Korea, stay out of Vietnam. There's about to not be a Korea. So I don't know where your focus is, but just giving you a little hint that maybe you might want to change your focus for right now.
Well, that deal was already accomplished. I did stay out of Korea. You stayed out of Vietnam.
Well, no, Vietnam War is still going. There's still more you could accomplish there.
True. Yeah, sure, why not? I mean, France ain't gonna do nothing anyway.
There you go. That's exactly what I want him to do. Whatever he's doing right now, it's probably good for him, and I don't want him doing it. I want him waging this pointless war. There you go. Maybe losing him some casualties, maybe keeping him at war and keeping his military spending inflated. This is exactly what I want from him. Even if France loses all of that, they'll still probably stay in the war, honestly. And if Vietnam feels emboldened, they'll go for Thailand. They go for Thailand, I can help Thailand. Speaking of Thailand, now that they're my friend, how can we help them? They have Elite Guard. Okay, Elite Guard's not the worst thing. You don't seem to have any tanks or anything. Let's give you access to Pershings and Greyhounds like I've been doing. God, so many of these countries don't even have arty improvements of any kind. Well, let's just do these things. I'll give them an anti-tank gun too, have them pay me a little bit for it, and maybe that'll get them pumping out a slightly more modernized military. And here comes the valiant Korean defense of infantry and garrisons to protect Seoul. It's not going to work out at all. China has killed 134 units, lost 39. Alright, I can live with those losses. They've militarized to all hell, as you can see, so they currently have the largest deployed military on the planet. China's going to be a big problem. They're also building more land production. Yeah, China's going to be a big problem, but now that they're militarized, they might start reaching out. Luckily, everyone they border, for the most part, is either non-allied with me or just non-problematic. Looks like France is militarizing more. That's good. I'd take a more militarized France, no matter what they fucking build. More military there is only good for me. Let's give a build to Honduras. They're leaning towards me. Every blue I get helps. I guess I should try to throw some money at Haiti to make them befriend me currently. Oh, Korea's already dead. Wow. Oh, there goes Korea.
Yep, there went Korea, indeed.
Honduras is now NATO aligned. Honduras is a very small friend to gain, but it's better than not having them as a friend, I suppose, right? Especially if they're fairly cheap to get going my way.
Okay, I don't have a big enough force down here for these fucking garrisons.
Good. That's good. And I want him warmongering more. Whatever problems... Oh! Oh, you actually claimed a little bit of land. How the hell? Oh, because you're at war with France. That's going to be some fun border gore.
Oh, yeah.
There is a setting in the ROE to stop yourself from claiming land, technically, but I don't know how that works with mutual defense. My formal alliance with Honduras, whatever that's worth. Looks like oil reserves in the world are probably going to start running out soonish, because the price is starting to go up a little bit. Let's get a full alliance with Haiti now as well, so that they're secured in our sphere. Every new sphere member I get will help. Every new sphere member. That's everyone. Everyone blue is now fully aligned. We have 28 fully aligned members. He has 16 fully aligned and 5 leading. But he also has a lot of colonies as well that he benefits from. Well, that's pretty much all the ally making I intended to do. I could maybe do a little bit more, but it's also not necessary as things stand. And if I target reds, I can only help myself. I'm not sure what I'm going to do yet, but I do know I can't just sit around and be passive. I either need to go start making allies, or I need to go and start eliminating reds. Let's go ahead and get the full alliance. Oh, I can't anymore. Fuck. With Israel. Maybe if I send them some more money. At the very least, this is a good excuse to send them more money. And get them a little more capable. I know when this is going to pop. It should pop in roughly October of 56. So I do have time to accomplish some stuff, like maybe securing a base in Europe. This would be a pretty early on, pretty aggressive play if I do this. And it will hurt my diplomatic potential in the world by doing it, however. But anyone that's red pretty much already hates my guts. So yeah, he's been going for Egypt. I might as well just put my feet down and ally with Israel. I could potentially go for someone else in the Middle East that is not fully leaning towards me. I just don't know if I can actually get them into my sphere, such as Saudi Arabia. I don't know. I'll try throwing some money at them and stuff and see how that goes before I start going balls deep in any European invasions or other nonsense. I would like to get Saudi Arabia as an ally. Out of everybody in the world, at the very least, Saudi Arabia. Oh yeah, they just went into my sphere like immediately. Not fully into my sphere, but they did go into my sphere. Okay, so I can get everything except form alliance with them, and so this is going to work as a strategy. I can stay diplomatic for the time being and just throw money at countries. Every blue helps. Every blue helps. Some of these blues will incidentally become blue whether I try to make them blue or not. Some of them will require a little bit of work. Tensions are just rising and falling right now all over the place. China still has the largest deployed military, which is good, which means they have one of the milk penalties. He has the other milk penalty, which is good because that means France does not. Throw another almost bill at Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia doesn't have a lot, right? They only have 1 land production, but still, we can get them the LVT-4, we can get the M8 Greyhound, the Pershing. Not things they necessarily need, but still, it could help bolster their forces and make them a more valuable ally in the region. I know they'll stay in power just fine. Iran, I still think might flip, so I'd rather put this kind of support behind Saudi Arabia rather than anybody else. All these Western European nations are just going to research their own tech and other things anyway, their own designs, or otherwise sell each other tech and design, so I'm not worried about bolstering any of their stuff. I'm still mostly ahead of him on technology in general, so that's good. He's probably ahead of me in some places that I don't want him to be ahead of me on, but oh well. Yeah, still gonna need to send more money to the Saudis to make them really love me. Let's send them another bill. I'm just working in the bills just so I can support my allies as I get them. And I want to go for allies. If they're not already blue, I want to go for ones that are worth a damn in some way, like have at least some military production, and thus can be at least somewhat good of allies. And Saudis were already leaning towards us anyway. Let's see him finishing some stuff. Develop the Tu-95 strategic bomber, long-range rockets. Okay. All right, we can get the full formal alliance with the Saudis. That's good. Still hates Pakistan, which is good, but him and India are good friends, which is bad. I'm going to start trying to befriend Pakistan. I'm going to get everything short of a formal alliance with them, because I know how Pakistan's going to go. They're going to go to war with India, not now, but much later on in the playthrough. At the very least, I can make sure that they have some better designs they can use, like the Greyhound. Get them, of course, the LVT-4. This is just what I'm sending everyone. The Pershing. It's good enough that it would age well into the Cold War as well. Let's go ahead and sell them that stuff, probably. Yeah. So I can see into them now. I can see what they got going on. I want to make sure that they win and actually take over India. They do have some financial problems. If I start sending them bills, I can improve on that. And then I can get the full formal alliance with them. They're the aggressors. They start the war, so I don't need to worry about them getting into any shit that I can't, like, protect them from, unless he directly tries to invade them, of course. Which he might. He might. But at the very least, if I can get them pumping out some better stuff right now, then that would be beneficial to me in the long run. Befriending someone like South Africa would also probably be pretty nice. Right now, they're not leaning any which way. So I could go for them, for sure. I could go for them. Maybe not right this instant, but somewhere soon down the line. And every new blue nation in the world is another nation where my influence can spread. He's building a lot of industry goods, which I still need to build more of. I haven't. I did start building those uranium. I do need uranium to build a lot of things. We're probably getting kind of close to being done. Oh yeah, they're finishing literally right now. So I can see how much of it I have. I am going to need plenty of metal ore as well. Currently, I'm not making enough metal ore. So, like, I can toss some metal ore down here as well, where these uranium already are. That's not so bad. Probably toss it onto a lot of other hexes that already have some other stuff. Like, right down here with these coal plants. Which, I don't know why these coal plants are really here. I could probably get rid of these coal plants. Maybe getting rid of stuff isn't the smartest thing, but I have plenty of electricity as it stands. I know I'm going to need probably like 100 more ore mines in the long run. Another bill or so in Pakistan should be pretty well off and will join us. Definitely get another one down here if I get rid of this coal plant. Trying to optimize what spaces are already kind of started on. I'm already making 15 of these ore mines, which is more than I even have right now. But the more of them we have, the better off. We'll be more self-sustaining. The price of it isn't always profitable, however, so it's not necessarily going to be the most profitable investment, but self-sustenance can help us in the long run. We have way too much coal. I'm going to power down a lot of our coal plants because it's not even profitable to sell. It's not profitable to have this many on. I'll bring that number down to 50 for now. We are making enough uranium and we are selling it. Probably to him. Consumption, importers, exporters. No, he's making more than enough than what he needs. Alright, well that's good for him, I guess. Captured a spy from East Germany. Okay. Those stupid, stinky spies. Let's see, sphere change. Yeah, he's going all in on Egypt. Well, it's going to take more money to flip Pakistan. They're burning through the money I gave them, probably paying off a lot of their debt. But that's fine. What they use the money on, I don't care too much. As long as they stay positive. Getting the alliance with Pakistan now, in preparation for the inevitable war that they will take part in. Getting Indonesia would be another one to get eventually. There you go. Full sphere change. There we go. And we are dominating in the actual spheres right now. Absolutely dominating. The problem is once I start declaring war, it's going to be far more expensive and far harder to actually keep this momentum up. And there is the matter of what do I attack first? Something in my hemisphere to reduce his influence here. Something in his hemisphere to challenge him up front. Up front, I would lose in a fight right now. I'm trying to make my military as quality as I can so I can decisively win most, if not every, engagement. My military is slowly growing as a result. So taking places that could support me without being threatened, such as Venezuela, might be better in the long run. His power to make alliances shouldn't be the greatest because his treaty integrity is so low, but it's back up to 50. It's in controllable rates. Mine's at 75.1. Not as good, probably because of... I blame Korea. I blame Korea's fucking shit involvement over here with China. He still hasn't allied China, which is good because, you know, the less unified they are, the better, but they still certainly probably love each other. Yeah, they do. Indonesia is a pretty good source in this world of rubber and other things, and thus preventing him from getting access to these resources is probably vital. So I think I'm going to go for Indonesia next. As unimportant of a country as they are, it's still probably the wise thing to do. And then we can start sending them some money as well to try to push them over into my sphere. They already like me a decent amount, so if they'll come into my sphere, it shouldn't be the hardest. There you go. They've already started leaning towards me. We just probably have to send them a couple bill to actually make this go through all the way. I'm now building a total of 21 ore mines at once. Fuck it. 23. We'll have a much better ore situation once this is done. And I might as well go ahead and place some amount of industrial goods production somewhere. 1, 2, 3, 4. There you go. Get that up to 125. Not the biggest difference, but a difference. And a one that will help us, right? Let's see. Syria moved to Warsaw aligned. He's going for Syria now. All right, if he's going for Syria, I might as well start making an enemy out of Syria. I will directly challenge his alliances. He doesn't know this yet, but I'm going to be very, very ballsy in how I challenge his sphere. And I'm going to proc his alliances because I'm not afraid to be at a war with him. If I'm being honest, I'm not afraid to be at a war with him. I'm not too scared that he can really do much to hurt me. I think especially operating in like Western Europe, he can do very little to fuck with me there because even if he pushes me back, I have Western Europe there at my back. And someone like France would certainly help me in the long run. Oh yeah, remember how I said I should go for Switzerland? Well, I guess with the way this is going so far, we should just go for it right now. Let's get everything short of a formal alliance with Switzerland. They're a pretty beefy country in terms of actual military production, maybe not in size and total potential capacity, but come on, Indonesia, you're almost there. Let's get a little bit more into Indonesia. We have to start throwing money at Switzerland now, too. There we go. Formal alliance with Indonesia. We have now resultingly denied all these resources to him unless he becomes ballsy enough to try something. He's sending a lot of... Ooh, what is this? IS-2M heavies. Yeah, that's a real good tank for this time. He's fighting with tanks in a jungle, which is stupid, but he is sending a bunch of tanks and stuff down there. They're having supply issues. How's his KDR? Still not very good. Still a pretty bad KDR, but his total losses are still less than mine in terms of actual casualties, let's say. I'm also going to go ahead. I'm going to double my military salaries. I know I'm still in my labor shortage, so maybe I shouldn't do that, but I'm going to double my military salaries to try to get a more efficient military and to try to get my military personnel growing. I'm also going to go ahead and send the LVT-4, the M8 Greyhound, and the Pershing designs over to the Philippines, as well as the Brooklyn and the Benham. Just sell that to them for whatever they'll give me for it. I'm not sure how Taiwan does on designs, but it doesn't look like they're doing too well, so we're going to do the same thing. LV4, I didn't say that right at all, M8, and Pershing, and Brooklyn, Benham, O-Class. Sell that over. All these countries have some amount of money, except for the Philippines, just from trading with me. Let's take a look at Switzerland. Switzerland still not leaning towards me, I don't think. No, they might be a little harder to get in my spheres. Let's send them another bill if I think I've already sent them a bill. I don't know, I'm sending out so much money everywhere. He's just going after these fucking garrisons. And these tanks dominate. They absolutely dominate. He's still focused over here, which is good, which means he's not doing as much internal focus, which is exactly what I wanted. I wanted his attention distracted, and so far seems like I'm pulling it off. Switzerland really likes me, but they're not really moving towards me just yet. The amount that I'm giving them doesn't seem to be enough to really convince them to lean. Hopefully we can get them though. Hopefully we can. Alright, I got them leaning towards me. Good, good. Although I have them almost fully maxed out here in relations, and they're still not willing to take an alliance, so still harder than it seems. Oh, some fucking French units are landing over here and actually fighting him. That's hilarious. And he's just destroying them with a bunch of air power. Smart. Motorized engineers, they did like a little naval landing. That's so funny. I mean, that's not good because France is going to lose all these units and kill nothing, but at least it's just a small amount of units. It will keep his tensions high, keep him spending on military efficiency and stuff. Yeah, I've done really as much as I can to make Switzerland like me, and they're leaning towards me now. They're not willing to fully join me as it stands. Something else is going to need to happen, unfortunately. Which sucks because they're a pretty good power. I have 87% justification towards East Germany. 87. That's a real easy war.
Frenchies thought they could get in some troops in Estonia.
Yeah, I saw that. Oh, that was Estonia they landed. I thought that was just directly you. I heard the shooting. I was like, what the fuck is that? And yeah, that was fucking weird, dude. He unfortunately has a lot of troops actually just chilling out here. So that's probably the last place that I'd want to actually attack right now. And you know, I'd have more luck actually just invading Albania. Although, I would take some more hits due to a lack of total war justification. East Germany would be the easiest to declare. I hate how he hasn't evacuated East Germany, otherwise I might be capable. At least his war with France is still going, and France's military bar right now is higher. It's not going to lead to anything, really. Nothing good. For me, anyway. Oh god, there's a lot of French troops on the way. Oh my god, he doesn't even realize it. Thank god his attention's distracted. There's a lot of French troops on the way. Although there's no port. They have no port with which to get to. Are they redirecting to a port? Are they redirecting to a port? They are. Oh my god. France? France? Oh, you crazy motherfuckers, France. And a lot of the French units are actually being shot right now because they're sailing through
just trying to fucking launch an invasion into
Swedish waters. Yeah, I just saw that, and they're being dumb and sailing through Swedish waters, and so Sweden's like blowing them up. France is a big dum-dum in this game. In this setting especially. Like, they're just big idiots. It used to be worse when the game first released. Yeah, their casualties are going to mount now with this stupid-ass invasion that they're doing. Because most of the things they're selling can't even land here. It's dumb. And they're getting blown up off the coast of Sweden for no fucking reason. Oh, God, this is a mess. This is the last thing that I want happening right now. At least he's distracted, right? France will recover given enough time. And so the good news is at least he's distracted for the time being. That's all I have good to say about this situation. I can get the formal alliance with Switzerland though, so at least I have a not important, but semi-capable ally here with another 6 military production, while he's busy fighting and basically slaughtering the French right now. The French have like doubled their casualties already, just with this stupid failed invasion of theirs. Not even all to him, to fucking Sweden as well. That's retarded. Absolutely retarded, but hey, what are you gonna do, right? Oh my god, look at all these French troops just being slaughtered right now. Hell, even the British are starting to send ships. Hopefully not their own merchant marines, but ships anyway, because they see so much fighting going on. Alright, with shit going this haywire though, I need to make some sort of attack, some sort of offensive move, so I'm gonna do that right about now. Oh yeah, now the British are assisting the French with some ships and bombarding. This is gonna start spiraling out of control. Eventually, at this rate, the British will go to war with him too. This is escalating way faster than I ever thought it would. Like, I've thought a lot of this through, and the French alone are just destroying all of my plans. Thankfully, the French have the production capacity to undo all their losses here with enough time, but time is limited now. What's happening here? Oh god, even the Danish, the whole alliance is bombarding his colonies. There's no big landing or invasion happening yet, but I definitely need to take advantage of this chaos. They are destroying some of his units. They are destroying, with the bombardment, some of his units. Dude, this is insane. What have you done?
Started World War III, apparently.
You started like a proxy World War III, where now everyone's just bombarding the shit out of just so much stuff here. France wasted so many of their troops, but there's so much crazy bombardment happening in the Baltic states now. This is retarded. I've never seen some bullshit like this happening. And it's not over. This is only escalating more as time goes on. I'm gonna need more fucking military production at some point. My stockpile's not growing, not even remotely. Well, air is still not going to be very important to me right now. I'll tell that to
France. They could have pieced out with me. They chose not to.
I'm going to disable another 5 air production because it's not going to be that important. I need the resources.